Gentlemen, this is it. Even after our strikes 2 months ago, Iran still refuses to back down. Last night, several Silkworm anti-ship missiles were launched from several locations in the Gulf of Hormuz, aimed at U.S. warships. The time has come to take decisive action. At 10:00 hours, the first of 12 packages will launch for Operation Noisy Cricket. The main packages will focus on striking the 3 central clusters of Iranian Silkworm launchers, located at markers Snail, Manatee, and Serval. We also have an anti-ship flight looking to strike several frigates in the area. Large support packages of SEAD, DEED, and escorts will take off from nearby air bases at Al-Minhad and Al-Dhafra. AWACS and refueling will remain on standby to the south. Time on target for all packages is planned for 1100 hours. Barcap will start with a pair of F18 out of CVN-73 at 10:15 hours and will last the whole mission. Main SAM threats in the area include a Hawk and SA-2. Iran also has several older model F-14 that may attempt an intercept. Keep your eyes open and wits sharp. Any questions? Good luck, gentlemen. Godspeed.
Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Thank you so much for watching. Welcome to my brand new custom DCS campaign. This one is titled Operation Noisy Cricket. It is June 3rd of 1988. We were in the Gulf of Hormuz and the US Navy has decided to firmly strike the coast of Iran following launches of surface-to-ship missiles from the nearby islands. This operation comes only 2 months after Operation Praying Mantis, where U.S. Navy forces sank Iranian oil platforms and frigates on April 18th. Around 50 U.S. Navy and Air Force aircraft are expected to participate in the opening strikes, with opposing forces fielding a small fleet of older F-14s and an additional 80 to 100 operational but aging fighters, including MiG-21s and F-4s. Today I'll be flying in an anti-ship package, Batong, tasked with locating and engaging several Iranian frigates positioned in a threatening manner in the Gulf of Hormuz. The larger mission is simple: handicap Iranian forces from being able to launch further Silkworms against Allied shipping, while simultaneously performing SEAD and DEED in an attempt to open a hole in Iranian air defense. The United States will not tolerate further aggression from the Gulf government of Iran, and a line has been crossed. There's a famous saying in America: fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, well, you can't get fooled again. With that, sit back, relax, enjoy the video. Thank you so much for watching. Alright everyone, just a quick update. I'm just trying to get the aerial refueling done here so we can move on with the mission. My best advice for these is just to take it really slow. Very fine movements on both the stick and throttle. Just take it really slow and keep your focus on the aircraft you're refueling from, not the drogue. If you keep your focus on the drogue, on the actual moving boom, it's going to throw you off. Highly recommend you keep your focus on the airplane itself. Alright guys, we're out of ordnance. It's time to get home. We've got a lot of bogeys coming up on the scope. The enemy knows we're here. We're gonna turn on the jets. Here we go. I want to thank everyone so much for watching. Please subscribe for more. This is absolutely only part 1 of Operation Noisy Cricket. We have more work to do here. Hit the bell so you know when the next part goes live. Comment down below on what you want to see in future operations. Like the video if you enjoy the content, and with that, until next time.
Gentlemen, welcome back. Everyone made it back safe from earlier today. Let's keep it that way going forward. Our strikes appear to be extremely effective. A hole lies open in the Iranian air defense. We have a route to their main airbase on the coast, and we're going to target it. Our CIA sources indicate the Iranians are gearing up for more Silkworm launches. It's time to firmly end that option for them. Around 50 aircraft are due to take off right after this briefing, and you're going to join them. Our Navy task force is assigned the eastern flank, and we have a multitude of escorts, SEAD, and ground strikers launching carrier ops. The enemy still has several operational long-range SAM launchers and radars active. Be cautious in your advance. The enemy is also still expected to retain some air-to-air capability, even though our previous strike hit them hard. Expect the last of the older F-14 they have to make an appearance. We still have AWACS and refueling support operating to the south as needed. Most of our strikes this time will operate without the need to refuel, but Texaco will still be up if you need gas. Any questions? Good luck, gentlemen. Godspeed again.
Hello everyone and welcome back to part 2 of Operation Noisy Cricket. Thank you everyone for watching part 1, and if you haven't done so, there will be a link in the description. Today we're flying in Package Elk as part of the larger operation. We'll be targeting a stationary AA emplacement with 2,000-pound JDAMs. Please like the video if you like this style of content. Please subscribe for more, it's already in the works, and without further ado, here we go. Unfortunately, everyone, it looks like the enemy Tomcats are in the air and operational. They've taken one of ours already. We're gonna have to be careful. So everyone, we saw there the enemy Tomcats and F5s being taken out by our friendly Tomcats. The friendlies have the white tail fins, the enemy had the black tail fins. Looks like most of the enemy aircraft are out of the sky. Looks like we're clear to proceed. We're going to link up with our formation, start dropping bombs. Here we go. And that's a direct hit on the emplacement there. We're going to RTB as soon as possible here. We got a lot of fighters coming up. Thanks for watching, guys. Stick around for a nighttime landing. Alright everyone, as I said earlier, it's a nighttime landing, a Case 3 recovery here. We're going to have to circle all the way around the boat, come all the way up along the side, and then circle back right directly behind for a nice long track in. Here we go. Alright everyone, not the greatest landing again, but we are on the deck in a nighttime scenario, and I'm very happy with that. Thanks for watching the whole video. Stick around for part 3 coming soon, and please subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys. Until next time.
Gentlemen, this is the final strike. Our strikes continue to be devastating to the enemy air and ground forces. A hole lies open to the enemy's main airbase at Bandar Abbas. We plan to strike it tonight. All hands are on deck for this strike. Once again, Navy forces have been assigned the eastern flank. We will have runway strikes and seed operations conducted by F18 squadrons, escorted by our F14 boys to and from the target area. The enemy is not undefended. A few enemy F-14 pilots are still active, along with around 20 to 30 F-4 and F-5 fighters. Our F-14 and F-15 boys continue to light them up, but the enemy is stubborn. Additionally, multiple nests of AAA, Flak, and SAM launchers exist in the surrounding area of the airfield. Seed and Deed are timed up, but they could still score a lucky hit. Make sure your ECM is active and you're getting out of Dodge after the strikes are complete. Any questions? Gentlemen, good luck, and Godspeed.
Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. We have lots of new content coming very soon. I'm very excited to share it with everyone. Today I have part 3 of Operation Noisy Cricket for you. Obviously, we have a night operation. We're still on June 3rd of 1988. We're finishing up our strikes on the Iranian main coastline. We're going to silence their silkworm launches once and for all, and strike their airfield directly with unguided 500-pound bombs. Now, we are flying in quite a large package today. Hopefully we can get it lined up correctly and get in flying formation. Hope you enjoy the video. Please like the video if you like this style of content. And without further ado, here we go. Alright everyone, we just saw some enemy fighters launching. We're going to make sure we stay behind our escorts. We'll make sure to be careful. Here we go. Alright guys, we've linked up with our strike package. We're going to drop some altitude here and drop our drop tanks off so we're more maneuverable in the combat zone. And then we're going to prepare our bombs, make sure everything's set for the runway strike we're about to prepare. Sit back, relax. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.
Echo 1-1 to tower, Colt 5-1 just took a hit and went down hard. I repeat, Colt 5-1 went down. East of the airfield, no shoot seen.
Tower, Echo 1-1 Roger. Colt 5-1 went down. We're starting a QRF, we have para-rescue men and a SEAL team available. Spinning up now.
Alright everyone, welcome back. Can't get rid of me that easy. We've survived our crash. We have a few injuries, we're gonna deal with those real quick. And we're gonna take some painkillers and try and make distance from the crash site. We know the enemy is gonna come after us quickly with everything they have. Taking an American pilot alive would be a #1 priority for them. We're gonna make distance, we're gonna try and find a vehicle and hope that a QRF is coming for us. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe. Please like the video. And without further ado, here we go. Alright, I don't really know what to do here. I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna start honking my horn and driving crazy and just hope we don't get shot. We pray to God that this is our boys and not the enemy. It looks like Blackhawks to me. I don't know, everyone. Hold on to your butts. Here we go. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. This is the end of Operation Noisy Cricket. We will be having more operations coming soon. Please subscribe and stay tuned for those.